I don't think I have met too many guests, Sadhguruji, who laugh before the conversation starts. Namaskar and great to see you.
Namaskaram.
After so many years.
Yes,
it's been too
it's
long.
been a long time.
So it's really a delight to sit down with you again. I was just thinking, I've never seen you not chuckling or laughing at something. Are you perennially amused with the state of the world?
I'm amused the way people are and the way they function.
What particularly amuses you?
So the incredible thing is human beings are the most intelligent creatures on the planet, all right? At least on this planet. Because yesterday there is news that there's an alliance between some 5 alien visitors and United States and Israel. It's on the news channels.
Yeah.
So whatever, I don't know about the others. But here we are considered the most intelligent, the most evolved. But we are the most confused about every damn thing. We still don't know what to eat. We're confused about that also.
Yes.
Even an ant with a millionth of your brain knows how to conduct his life. With such a big brain, we still don't know what to do. It is amusing how people blunder around simply because they're not able to handle their own cerebral capabilities.
But was it always this easy for you?
Easy means what?
You seem very centered, if I may use that word.
I'm at ease with life.
Yes. Do you remember a moment in your life when you were not at ease with your life?
Well, from the age of 12, when I started reading Marx and Engels.
You started reading Marx at age of 12?
Yes.
What drew you to Karl Marx?
Because in my observation, it looked like everything in the world is unjust.
Right.
So by 12, 13, I was constantly angry about everything. Everything looked like corruption to me. When you're angry, everything seems to be wrong.
Yeah.
And everything was wrong.
Yeah.
The social structure, the economic structure, the religious stuff going around, family, everything, political stuff. So I was constantly angry till I found expression by 17, 19 years of age. I really let myself go physically into the mountains and I trekked across India. From the age of 19, 27 years I trekked in Himalayas, most of the time alone.
I think I read somewhere that when you were a small boy, you would see a mountain in your eye.
I saw that mountain in my eyes all the time, till I actually saw that mountain. Till that point, in the background, it was always there, it's a mountain peak. Till I was 16, I believed that it's there in everybody's eyes. Only when I shared with some of my friends, they thought I've gone cuckoo. Then I started looking for those mountains. So I think that level of physical activity where I trekked for days on end without food, without any kind of…
Alone?
Alone. So I've trekked across Western Ghats and to some extent in Himalayas. Nobody can say you trekked all of Himalayas because if you get lost for a lifetime, you still have not done it because…
Before you were Sadhguru, followed by millions across the world, do you have a memory of fear and vulnerability?
Not fear, not vulnerability. I never felt that way.
Ever?
No. I don't know, I just observed life with a certain intensity. And I remember my father knocking his head and saying, "This boy has no fear in his heart, what will happen to him?" I heard this many times when I was around 11, 12 one day.
Were you a naughty boy?
I didn't think so, but they thought so. It's people's perception of what is naughty and not.
Yes.
So when I came back home with a 12-foot cobra, he was knocking his head and saying, "This boy has no fear in his heart.
Where did you find the cobra?
What will happen to him?" Then I turned back and said, "When did fear become a virtue? Why is it a virtue?" He just went back like this. "See, Lut, I told you he has no fear in his heart." So unfortunately, we have nurtured this. It's not that everybody has to have fear. We have nurtured this in the name of religion, in the name of ideologies, in the name of so many things. We have nurtured fear as if it's a great virtue. Fear is the most debilitating thing that people go through. I've seen people in fear and panic, and I've tried to help people out many times. But they are absolutely destroyed when they're in fear. But still we encourage that. They're even God-fearing, you know.
Yeah. You are, as they say, loved across the aisle. And let me explain.
I also hated by some people.
Loved by many more.
Yes,
loved by many more.
Fortunately, yes.
I want to ask you, we live in such a polarized world. We live in a world where labels are used to box people in. This person is left-wing, this person is right-wing. I saw a little viral clip last few days of a wedding. Mr. Naveen Jindal's daughter was getting married. And we saw people from all the parties dancing together. And for a brief moment, it looked as if it was possible for people with different political ideologies to also meet in a spirit of conviviality. I want to ask you what a leader like yourself, who's followed by millions, sees as the space to bring people together in a world where neighbors have stopped talking because they may vote differently.
Well, that is a thing, but happening everywhere in the world, because the acerbic nature of campaigns that happen, and also certain things which are important to people, trying to bring back… See, suppose I have done something terrible to you in the past. I have not, okay? If I have…
No, you haven't. I should clarify.
If I have, then when we sit here, we can still be okay if I don't talk the same stuff once again. This is an important thing. But unfortunately, that's not happening. Things that happened 1,000 years ago, people are still talking the same things. Then the wounds won't go. So the more you put chili powder on it, the more it burns. Nobody shuts up because everybody has social media in their hands, everybody says anything. People who can't kill a mosquito, they will say, we will kill all of you in 15 minutes, whatever nonsense. These things just going on. So I think still the world is not mature enough, beginning to become mature, I believe, to filter things that come on social media. I think a lot of people are… Now when I talk to young people, I talk to my daughter, she says, that's all social media stuff. She doesn't…
Believe it?
Not affected by it. They know the things, but…
Does Sadhguru consume social media?
Not really in that sense.
Do you scroll?
News.
Anything?
News.
News?
Yes.
What is disturbing you about the news headlines these days? We live in a very uncertain VUCA world, right? Look at geopolitics. We're on the brink of one or the other war at all times, it seems, in our contemporary history. If you look at the state of the world today, you travel across the world, you meet leaders from every country.
See, in human history, tell me when there was no war. It's just nobody informed you. 1,000 people were killed somewhere. You wouldn't know here, you would sit here peacefully. Today, the blood spills into your home, on your phone, it spills. So you think it's happening everywhere. Terrible things are happening. But the real terrible things are not reported much. The real terrible things are happening in Africa, in Sudan, in Nigeria, in places like that. But we only talk about a few places where we have interest.
Yeah.
Where we have interest means either there are resources there, or they are the kind of people who should not die.
Yeah.
There are kind of people who can die. There are kind of people who should not die, unfortunately, in this world still. We may talk of evolved societies, racism is a past, but it's not true.
You're saying certain lives are still considered more dispensable than others?
Lot more dispensable, they're not even counted. Nobody, no international media is even counting the number of people. So, these things are there, it's not new, it's always been there. Does it mean to say it's all right? It's not all right. today with so much understanding, so much connectivity, so much knowing, all sorts of people. Maybe 1,000 years ago, we didn't even know such people existed on the planet. Now that we know that they're human beings, they have their life and everything. See, this empathy will not just come just like that because one day you're affected by something. When you think no other life has a right to live except you, when I say this, I'm saying whether it's a plant or an insect or an animal or whatever, we are not responding to them as life. This is what this civilization is about. That you see a tree, you bow down. You see a cow, you bow down. You see anything. You know, I've seen my grandmother and all, if they see a bunch of ants, they bow down, you know. Because life
is sacred.
Life is sacred because there is no life happening here without the source of life throbbing in it. Whatever capacity it may be. And this capacity is only our context. If there was a dinosaur here, it would think you're an ant. It wouldn't… if it bit you, it wouldn't even bother to eat the whole of you.
Yeah.
It would eat one part and throw the other parts and go, probably, because you would just be nothing for it. So, we are in the same proportion to a dinosaur, to an ant, but we have no sense of life. This is why yoga… the word yoga does not mean twisting and turning and being like a leftover noodle, all right? Yoga means union, that when you sit here, you understand, in your experience, you know that this is not a separate happening. It's a larger phenomena of life. We are just a part of it. It's the magnanimity of life. It is the magnanimity of creation that it's given as an individual experience. We are taking it too seriously. Our individual existence is just see, now you're complaining about Delhi air. Why? Because you can't live without breathing, isn't it?
Yes.
What does breathing mean? What you exhale, the tree is inhaling. What the tree exhales, you are inhaling. If Delhi air is not good, what we should do? At least little more trees we must do. No, we complain, we protest. Protest means more hot air.
But we've also ruined our cities with too much construction, with too many cars.
No.
We complain, but we're not ready to make changes in our own lives and use public transport.
There's no such thing as too much construction, too many cars. Still, too many people don't have homes and cars.
What do you mean?
Still, lots of people in the country don't have a home of their own, nor a car of their own.
Yes, so the privileged who have them cannot talk about too many cars and too many
because I
homes.
have it, now I say you shouldn't have
I
it.
agree with that. I agree with that. But
So
air is fundamental to life.
We set a trajectory for the society. The successful life means this kind of home, this kind of car, this kind of this is… It may not be defined, but it's defined in people's minds. So when that is there, those who have made it complain that other people are making it is not a good thing.
That I agree. But we must…
But if everybody makes it, 1.4 billion people, we are 17.6% of the world's population with 4.2% of the world's land. So the more successful we become, more problems will create. There is a Panchatantra story. It's like this. A man is sitting on the wrong side of the branch and hacking it. When he succeeds, he will fall. This is our situation, not just in the country, in the world. That when we succeed, we will fall. How pathetic is that?
So should we not succeed?
We should redefine what is success. I'm a super successful person, not because I have $1 billion or something which I don't have, because no matter what you throw at me, not just in the media, I'm saying in life, whatever life throws at me, I will go through it gracefully and joyfully. This is success. As a life, I'm a success. Financially, I may not be a success. Politically, I may not be a success. In other ways, I may not be successful. I don't care, because I am a success as a life.
How do you make sense of a world which is changing because of what is called artificial intelligence? They say that machines are already thinking for us. Robots are cooking our food. There is even talk that virtual sex…
They're taking away your privilege. You were thinking for the people of India.
No, I wouldn't dare to do that. I think it's enough if we all think for ourselves. But, you know, there is even talk of virtual sex replacing the actual act. Machines are going to take over our lives if they haven't already. In a world that is changing because of artificial intelligence, will spirituality also be machine-led?
No, spirituality will thrive like never before if you have the right stuff with you. I'm waiting for the machines to take over, because what are they going to take over? They will take over the jobs of all the intellectual coolies.
I love that phrase, by the way, intellectual coolies.
They are intellectual coolies. Do you remember, I don't know if you were a journalist at that time, 1973…
I was 2 years old.
Don't…
I was 2 years old in 1973.
You don't have to lie about your age here.
I'm 54 years old on 18th of December. I was 1971 born.
Okay. So in 73, 74, there was a man called Datta Samant.
Yes, but I know about him.
You heard of him.
Yes.
So even a baby in the crib heard about him on those days.
Little, had to be a little older to be told or be aware of him.
So
but
in
yes.
Mazagon Docks,
He was a trade unionist.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Mazagon Docks, they installed the first gantry. At that time, the largest seafaring vessels were 1.25, 125 to 130,000 tons. Today, they're all well over 250,000 tons. When they came to unload, there were coolies. Hindi movies were made by that name and so many other things. So these guys will go and empty unload the vessels, seafaring vessels. They would take anywhere between 26 to 28 days, one vessel. So the gantry came, it is able to do it in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So all the coolies went on strike. If you bring such machines, what are we supposed to do with our muscle? So Datta Samant took charge of them. And about 3.5 months, Mumbai was at ransom, okay? Everything stopped and big deal. It was their right being taken away. They had built their muscles to work and now their muscle is useless because the stupid machine is doing everything. Now intellectual coolies are cribbing the same thing. I'm so happy because what you have been doing in the name of stupid education is… I'm sorry I'm using such words, I mean it. I'm not sorry that I'm using the word. I'm sorry that I have to say such a thing because otherwise people don't seem to get it. What you have been trying to do is build a dumb data center in the form of a human being. I stuffed 10 books into your head. You look smarter than me because I have only 2 books in my head. I have none. I'm saying for anybody, somebody who has 2 books in their head feels inferior to somebody who has 10 books in their head. Now my phone has 1,000,000 books in it. So what will you do? You call it a smartphone. Obviously you're admitting you're dumber than that. This happened almost 10 years ago.
But someone has to still read those 1,000 books. Who's reading those books? People aren't reading beyond Instagram posts and TikTok videos.
We'll come to that. See, the way we've structured the world is like this. If you read 3 books, you can become a school teacher and mess up the next generation of people. If you read 10 books, you can bore the hell out of a generation of people by becoming a professor.
Poor professors.
If you read just 1 book, you will become an agent of God, only 1 book. I read nothing and people accuse me that I'm a mystic. It's a strange world, it's time to change.
Before while we're on the subject of books, do you remember a book that changed your life?
Books never changed my life. I enjoyed the books very
Do you
much.
remember a book you loved as a child?
Well,
I don't think you loved Marx. I'm sure you outgrew reading Karl Marx.
I loved Marx at that time because I thought it was the most…
It made sense to you.
it was the most empathetic way to run the world, I thought. But when I understood practically when you try to do it, it turns so ugly. That's a later realization. But in principle, his thought is fantastic. But it just doesn't work because he understood economics, he never understood human nature.
That's well said.